changing for a really long time. So basically he said he ain't going nowhere, but he could. We don't want him to go anywhere, but this is the NFL. But it could be a really long time, which it couldn't be. Aaron Rodgers is 37 years old right now. Yes, quarterbacks are playing into their 40s. We already know that. Brady has proven that, and some other quarterbacks have proved that in the past. Okay? We totally understand that. But this looks all too familiar. Now, this person, not unlike how Aaron fell into the laps of Green Bay, and they were like, okay, we got to take this guy. But you still, Aaron Rodgers is Brett Favre now, and Jordan Love is Aaron Rodgers. And I'm not saying Jordan Love is going to come in here and just tear up the NFL or put the pressure on him, because Aaron Rodgers sat out a bunch of years because Brett Favre held him off, and then eventually they were like, he got to go. Now, it was 3 years. And then, Aaron got to play. But what I'm reading from LaFleur is he's leaving himself an out. Nothing is guaranteed in the NFL. Remember those words. Nothing is guaranteed. And Aaron Rodgers see the writing on the wall. Aaron Rodgers, like I just said, he was in that position before. He was the new guy coming in. Look at it. How many NFL Super Bowls did Brett Favre win? 1. How many NFL Super Bowls has Aaron Rodgers won? 1. How many Super Bowls have Brett Favre played in? 2. How many has Aaron Rodgers played in? 2. You're not fooling me. You're not fooling me. I'm telling you this right now. It won't be this year. It may not be next year. But it is on its way. Because they got some idea. They got something in their head that eventually Jordan Love, we just need him to be adequate. We don't need him to be a superhero. We just need him to be adequate because we're going to put enough people around him for him to succeed. That is what they're thinking. And that was probably what they were thinking with Aaron Rodgers. They just lucked up and they got this monster of a quarterback. It's not the situation like Pat Mahomes, because it was when Pat Mahomes was on the board, Kansas City moved up, and they already knew Alex is on his way out the door. Plus, Alex didn't have a Super Bowl ring as well, and some of the credentials. So, I just want people to understand it's not. Aaron knows, we know, and I don't know why the Green Bay Packers are trying to play around with this. Okay? Cedric Galloway says in the Wait a Minute Show chat room, Aaron Rodgers can see the writing on the wall. Best offer, and he's out of here. Yeah, and we talked about this, last week when Jamal Adams got traded? The Jets tried to act like they wanted to keep him around and all this stuff. No, they were waiting for the right offer. You start talking about we can move on, and we can have this person, and we can, do this, then the third. No NFL GM, any smart NFL GM is going to give you their best deal, because now you're trying to unload someone. So yeah, they're going to say all this stuff. You try and get a deal to get whatever you can get for Aaron Rodgers. Like I said, in a year or two, I think they'll be trying to move on from him. They'll be trying to get, look, if they can trade him to another team and get some pieces back to try and put around Jordan Love, I can see that happening. Real Scott in the Wait a Minute Show chat room also says, what goes around in Green Bay? What goes around comes around in Green Bay. So yeah, hashtag Rodgers out. This is what we were just talking about. No fault of Aaron Rodgers. at all. But he's not stupid, and we're not stupid. So I don't know why LaFleur is saying that. I just say, hey, Aaron Rodgers is our quarterback, man, for the 2020 season. Let's get through that, and we'll talk later. You literally moved up to take this quarterback. Unless someone got in a DeLorean and then came back and told me you need to get Jordan Love, then you are getting him to replace him sooner than later, my friend. Okay? Plain and simple. That's simple. What wasn't simple, and you listen to the Wait a Minute show with your man, Jelani J.B. Bodie, is a decision that the UConn college football team, the UConn Huskies, decide to do this week. And they have chosen to cancel their football season due to COVID-19. And this was the first season, actually, that UConn was going to be independent. They were leaving the league that they were in, or leaving the conference that they were playing out of. I want to say the All-American Conference, if I remember correctly. And they were going to go independent. And they had a schedule that they had been working on putting out. And, of course, like Notre Dame, they had to join, a conference. So they ended up joining the ACC because a lot of people were eliminating their non-conference game, which means you are, a non-conference game. But it was more than that. They decided that under the circumstances, under the situation, under, what we're currently involved with, and also with the unknown that's been going on with this whole COVID-19 virus, they decided it was better to go ahead, cancel the season. Now, they're going to give, the great thing is these kids are going to get an extra year of a scholarship so they can play, football the next season. But one thing that enters my mind, again, why? Why is UConn canceling their season? What is it that either they know or they understand that some of these other schools not? Is it maybe they don't have as much to gain? Is it maybe they don't have as much to wager? Or is it they just like, man, it's a pandemic out there. And they looked and saw what everybody else is seeing. Texas, Michigan State, Clemson, I think UCLA, I think Maryland. I mean, you have cases on top of cases of college football programs. And this is before the games have even been played, before you've traveled, all this. Where teams are coming up with players, staff, coaches at the school contracting this virus. So maybe what they're saying is this is, inevitable that somebody could get it or somebody will get it at our school. And we're trying to prevent that. We don't want to put our students in harm's way. Ivy League, they've pushed back their season. They haven't canceled it, but they've pushed back the season to January. No football, no nothing, no winter sports. And I just wonder, these type of moves, is it going to be a regrettable move by some of these conferences with these schools later on down the line? And I'm hoping that we're not going to have to go back and say, man, I wish we had did it like UConn. Man, I wish we had did it like the Ivy League. Because there's only one sport right now, and we'll talk about them later, but there's only one sport that is doing it right. I guess you could say doing it right, or maybe, yeah, doing it right. And I'll ask again, what's the number? What is it, or what will it take other than eliminating non-conference games? What will it take? Because it's not like you eliminate non-conference game took you out of a hotbed for COVID-19. It's not like you eliminating your non-conference game increased your chances of not contracting the virus or decrease your chances of contracting the virus. What is it? And we'll see. We will see. I think, what is this, August? We're going to see mid-September, early October. And I'm really, really, again, I say this all the time, I'm really, really hoping that they are right in what they're doing. But we've seen in baseball, Cardinals and the Marlins, it's something not to play with. So UConn has decided not to play with that. UConn has decided not to take that risk. UConn has said, hey, we'll come back next year and we'll do this thing and we'll have more information. We'll be able to probably move in the direction that we want to move a lot better than if we try it now. So I respect that. You got to respect that when you're talking about looking out for someone's benefit, someone's health. Now we're going to stay in college football, and we're still going to stay with this COVID-19, but it's a little bit different case with this COVID-19. This is reports of, and this is an investigation. Let me first say that. There's an investigation with Colorado State University. Colorado State University, players and people that are on the staff of the sports department are accusing the coaches of hiding COVID cases. I'm going to say that again. Players are accusing coaches of hiding COVID cases. So what this is all about is that Colorado State, which are the Rams, they were showing that they had 16 confirmed cases of the coronavirus this past Sunday. 27 players were missing because of COVID-19 during their last practice, which was on July 29th. And the team was forced to, pause workouts, because of this outbreak. So here's what they're saying. And this is an anonymous player because obviously they're trying to protect themselves at this point. But they're saying, I believe there is a cover-up going on at CSU. But they could only cover it up so long. And now that we have so many cases across athletics, they can't cover it up anymore. It's not about the health and safety of the players, but about just trying to make money off the players. So with this, they're saying that coaches were, not wanting to report any symptoms that they were having. They're saying that they were threatened with reduced playing time if this was to get out. And again, this is an investigation, so I'm not going to, believe all of it right now because that's why they're investigating. They're trying to find the truth because there are people that are refuting that what these players are saying. But this is the scary part. And that's why we're discussing this. And this is why I'm talking about it. That this is the scary part where what needs to happen, what has to happen, what is the number, what is the situation